Welcome back to the channel. Way back in summer 2022 I took some negatives with my Olympus XA, and now I've actually got some really nice paper that I bought on the internet, and I want to find out if it's actually worth it. Is it worth to buy old photography paper on the internet? There's some surprises in this video and some really interesting results. So buying old photographic paper off the internet, I can give you a few tips. Buy local, so you save on shipping. Something before the 90s is usually okay, because that's when the regulations weren't so strict and they had heavy metals in them, and they tend to work better for lit process and for photographic paper. They tend to hold up. So here's a box that I got. They call it a Konvolut in German. And you never know what you get, and let's see what we're going to get in here. I got a nice letter from the guy. So here's what we have. Little small box of Astron. There's a few pages in that. Of Argenta. Another box of Argenta. Another box of Argenta. There's a lot of small little boxes of Argenta. We'll use those for testing. A lot. I might do a little collage with those. An unopened box. This box open of Forte, and a small box of Forte. Excellent. I guess it's another box, another little one of Forte, and looks like a complete box of Argenta. Which has probably got about 100 in it. Maybe it's 50, but it doesn't say. So there's quite a lot there, and more. So a whole supply of Argenta. Let's see how they will lit. That'll be a session. Some history about the Argenta paper. It was founded by this guy Ludwig Müller, or his stage name Wildmüller. He was very fond of the Zither. He started at the age of 7 and then proceeded to the violin, trumpet and piano. Even into his 80s he composed his own opus. He was a very talented guy and an entrepreneur, and very much into photography and aerial photography. Of course, during the Second World War, the Nazis displaced his factory, very much like most of the paper manufacturers at the time, depending on who owned them, especially in the case of Lenore. That's another famous paper, wonderful paper, and sadly that never came back to fruition. It got just absorbed into the Agfa empire, like most of these small brands. So Ludwig himself, let's just put him up here. Yeah, that's pretty much the story of the Argenta paper, and you find that logo on postcards and other prints that you find that you might get on eBay. Same with the Lenore paper, very famous paper. The boxes I had were interesting. I wouldn't say that they were all great, but some of them had really nice contrast, which will go into the darkroom now, and I'll go through those papers. And they're also litable as well. Oh, by the way, the music, I decided to make some sitar music for the video, so yeah, just to give it some atmosphere. So testing the two Argenta papers has been really interesting. One here is both are glossy. This is extra hard, and this is a special, and these are my results. So around f4 80 seconds, 5.6 80 seconds. It's quite a slow paper, and I did a comparison of a similar image using the Agfa Brovia Speed, and that's quite interesting because that is a much faster paper, 15 seconds with an ND4 on my enlarger at f6 So really, really fast, that paper. But let's have a look at the results. So this is what's going on for the Agfa paper. And then I made it a bit, I added about 1.5 stops, I'd say 1.5 stops. So I got this one here, you can see it looks pretty okay. But here is the Argenta paper. Now look at that contrast, it's just beautiful. And the detail's incredible. There's a child in there in a blanket, there's a guy over here in a deck chair. There's so much going on in this picture. It's incredible. This is with less than a stop, so that's minus 1 stop, which is also very interesting comparing the two. This is very contrasty paper, beautiful blacks in it, comparing to this Agfa paper, which is well and truly expired. Yeah, it's a bit washed out, but this looks beautiful. So that Argenta paper has been really interesting. I did a landscape as well. Let's go over here. And so you can see I did a strip test, and I went from something like 80 seconds, 60 seconds, 40 seconds. But then I decided to just do another shot with 80 seconds and burning in the sky. Let's see if I can get rid of the... I burnt into the sky a bit for +1 stop. It's a bit flat, the image, but it's could be the negative, but it would need a lot more dodge and burn. But the paper itself is fantastic. But back to that other image from Dublin, from Sandy Cove, and last summer. Really happy with that. Really beautiful detail. I mean, look at the hat here. There's just so much going on. Perfect. Really, really nice. It's got a lovely feel to it. Really, really nice. So overall, I'm very happy with that Argenta paper. I guess it's going to Lith though. I am pretty sure it's going to Lith. Even this is just fantastic. Those are fantastic. So I produced a few more prints with this paper using my warm tone developer. I have a video on that, and I did do a Lith. Unfortunately it was the wrong way around, but I got a result. I got a really nice result on the Lith process. This paper is quite creamy when you're using on Lith. When I compare it with the miso paper, which is an old DDR paper I believe, which is also a really good paper to Lith, but that's another story. So I'll leave you with some prints. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. So feel free to comment, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, helps this small little channel develop. And thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell, and hope to see you on the next video. Goodbye.